Hi everyone, how are you all doing? Really? Kimberly, you're at your neighbor's house today. Fascinating. Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm Josh, your quarantined youth pastor, and welcome. It is guaranteed to be fun and exciting, and I don't really know where I'm looking at yet. Okay, there we go. Hi, camera. It's been a while. I haven't had to look at that in a while. Also, you will all be pleased to know I still have not cut my hair. I still have not done anything with it. I am, in fact, pretending I don't have hair, which makes it really hard to pretend that I don't have hair when it's just this giant floofy nonsense. Oh my gosh! Got some sort of like absurd mullet thing going on back there. Why is it so poofy? How does it have like wings? Stop that. Anyway, so hi, how is everybody doing today? Should all be good, right? It's a gorgeous day. It only rained for like a little bit. Thank you, Robin. I'm loving my hair too, but not really. So while we wait to get started, it's time for our all important, very essential questions, which is this week your thoughts on One Direction coming back. I don't know. I hear rumors. Legend has it that One Direction's coming back. Though, let it be noted that I'm that far behind the times I didn't realize that One Direction had left. Yeah, they did just update their Facebook. So there it is. I guess we do know that One Direction is coming back. One Direction is coming back, at least according to my girlfriend, who is more obsessed about this than I think about almost anything we've talked about so far. So there's that. All right. So, oh, Robin, you're another big One Direction fan. Good to know. What is, if you could, I guess, date one of the. Well, Harry Styles debunked it in an interview on Friday. Kimberly, they just updated their Facebook profile picture, though. All right. I'm doing some fact checking. Uh, what's their name again? One Direction. That was right. 10 years of One Direction. I don't know what that means. Have they only been moving in one direction for about 10 years? Sorry, bad dad joke. But it sounds. It sounds like they're coming back, at least according to certain rumors, the rumor weeds. So I don't know what to tell you, Kimberly. You're not safe. One Direction will come for you, unless of course you move like in a 15-degree variance one way or the other, because they won't be able to shift their direction because they can only head in the one direction. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I don't know. I'm kind of proud of myself. So anyway, thank you guys all for coming in on this kind of day. I know that streaming is weird and that it's not the best way for us to do things, but I am currently 7 days into quarantine, and I could still develop symptoms at any time, technically. So we're just playing it safe. And we're waiting to see if I suddenly spike out some crazy Rona virus ingredients. And it will be great. If I don't have crazy Rona, then we'll be back next week in person. I'm sorry, I had to burp there, but I didn't know how to swallow it. But I did. I figured it out in the long run. Also, can we talk about just how weird, bizarre, and slightly unsettling Survivor Season 1, I'm feeling very conflicted. I went back into Survivor. I have only ever watched like a part of a season before. We just finished the first season of Survivor, and consequently my first season of Survivor all the way through. And I've found out many things about myself through this process, but amongst them, actually, this will be the chat question, because I'm curious to know what you all think. Now, out of all of the people inside of the chat, who do you think could win C3 Youth Survivor? Right? We're on a deserted island, and it's just the volunteers who are on this island. Who do you think could win? Austin, Robin, Jules, Lucinda, uh, Kimberly, Liza, or or Bradley, or myself. I don't know. Those are your options. Who do you think could win C3 Youth Survivor? I don't know, Kimberly. You're pretty emphatic about you being able to win Survivor. I don't know if I could let that happen though. I would have to make a rich alliance just to like take you out first week. Because if you get all the way over to the end, yeah, you could win. But if we snipe you out early, so that it leaves an option for the rest of us to win, that would what have to happen. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's a pretty good chance you'd win, but I wouldn't say it's guaranteed. Alright, it's pretty much guaranteed. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm very excited. We have a new curriculum that we're using. It's called Grow Curriculum. So excited. And the reason that I'm excited about it is that we get to start off with a stellar season. Yes, our first season inside of the season of July and August. Season 1. Our first series, my gosh. Our first series is about stretching. Ta-da! So inside of the comments, you can go ahead and report about how flexible you are on a scale of telephone pole being like, yes, Jules, that does mean that I am going out and I'm going to start doing yoga. So telephone pole to Laffy Taffy? Laffy Taffy's flexible, right? No. That might be a little stiff if you bend it too much. Silly Putty? You have to get Silly Putty warmed up. I guess Silly Putty. Between telephone pole to Silly Putty, where you end up on the stretch list, like how stretchable are you? For example, I am actually... Ooh, pre-cooked noodles versus cooked noodles. Yes, thank you, Katie. I am purely a pre-cooked noodle. I was doing some experiments with my flexibility today, just to, rearrange to make sure that I was as inflexible as I report to be. And the news results are in, and it's not flattering for me. But how about you guys? How flexible are you? Go ahead and put that inside of the comments. In here. There. Put them there. It's weird sometimes. I just talk out to the nebulous void. And I don't even know if you guys are still listening anymore. If you even exist. Did you just slip into an existential black hole? I don't know. It's impossible for me to know these things. Alright. So, yeah. Sorry. I'm just waiting for a response. It might be time to move on. I don't know. No responses? Okay. That's cool. Anyway, flexibility, it turns out, is an important part of somebody's overall health. And that's something that I can intellectually understand. I can intellectually understand that it is important to be flexible. But all of these years, I have never actually chosen to pursue flexibility. That's left me in a bad state. I'll demonstrate. On the scale of flexibility, right, of just being able to go down and touch your toes, I have bad news to report. Years of neglect has left it so that I can get the palm of my hand to underneath my kneecap, and that is about as good as I can do. Yeah. That is about the best. Jules, I didn't realize that your eyes were vulnerable to displays of inflexibility, but I guess it goes to show. So, anyway, uh, savage, Jules. Absolutely savage. But anyway, I could use some yoga classes. And the reason that we're talking about flexibility is because flexibility turns out to be overall very important to somebody's health. For example, if you tend to get headaches, doing flexibility exercises helps get rid of chronic headaches. It helps relieve stress. It helps your slouch in your shoulders, which I am very guilty of. I have to go get like an iron brace to go rearrange my body inside of the right anatomy. Or if you're a particularly flatulent person, apparently stretching is supposed to help you. I wish I was lying, but it says it here on this script. And I find that upsetting to me on kind of like a different wavelength. So I guess if you're a particularly flatulent person, stretch some more, and that will do something to help prevent flatulence. So anyway, the reason that we're talking about stretching during youth group is because we're using stretching as a metaphor, right? If your physical body represented your faith body, how flexible would you be? Like, how comfortable are you praying or reading the Bible or loving others or doing acts of kindness? If your body was a metaphor for how well your faith body was developing, would you be able to, how flexible are you? Like, for example, I feel like inside of this regards, right? Like, someone comes up to you and they're like, oh my gosh, I am having a medical emergency. My father just went to the ER. How do you respond inside of that situation? Do you let your faith come in and help you? Or do you not know how to respond in faith in that particular moment, right? And just like with your stretching, the more that you choose to do it, the better off you can get at it, right? Like, for example, if you're like me and you've just never valued stretching, you will end up being like me, like a stiff board. But if you're like Liza, she can fold herself up inside of a pretzel and she could probably fit inside of a suitcase, right? She's just like super flexible, but that's because she's been working on flexibility for a very long time. And the thing is that the more that you do it, the more that you practice it, the more that you get good at stretching, the better you will be inside of the long run. So, at this point, they want me to tell a story, and this is going to be embarrassing, so bear with me for a second. This is my beautiful bass. Hang on, let me hold it up. This is my beautiful bass, and her name is Stella. Why is she Stella? Because she's a beautiful, classy lady. Now, some of you may know that I am an amateur bassist. By that I mean I'm kind of really bad at it. But the thing is, I go through fits and giggles with the bass, right? So, what you're about to hear is my rendition of Seven Nation Army. Now, when I'm doing really good with the bass and I practice a whole bunch, I can hit all of those notes, and it sounds fairly decent. But when you go through a dry spell, like I've been going through, I've been practicing on the bass for the last 2 days, and I just barely got myself to the point where I could hit all of the notes. We're still working on being able to hit the notes and make it sound good every time. That's our problem. Now, there used to be a time when I could play the bass, and I knew every note that was on the whole fretboard, and I had most of the positions memorized, and I was semi decent. I wouldn't say good; I would say semi decent. Like chocolate, semi sweet chocolate. Anyway, then I fell into a spell where I just stopped caring about the bass, and you can guess that period came right around the big Rona. And I just have not been able to get myself back into it in the same way. So, imagine for the entire time that I have owned Stella, this big, beautiful, classy lady, if I had committed to learning how to play Stella during the entirety of the time that we've been together, I would be, at this point, really pretty good at it. Or at least I would be way better at it than I am now currently. But that's the problem, is that I don't pursue my bass playing with the kind of commitment that would be necessary to get really good at playing the bass. Thank you, Stella. I'm still trying to figure out how to slap the bass, and I feel very disappointed by that, because Davey504 tells me that's the only way I should be able to play the bass. But alas, I still can't figure out what the slapping motion of the hitting the notes that causes it to sound like it's being slapped. I haven't figured that out yet. That's one of those mysteries that I'm sure somebody who actually knows anything about the instrument could come along and clear up inside of my head in a heartbeat. But anyway, we're going to go now to, I think, my favorite part of... we're going to go to my favorite resource, which is the Bible. And the reason that it's my favorite resource is because it tells a multitude of things. It tells you a lot of stories, and some of those stories are about people who had to be fairly flexible when it came to following God. Now, one of these people that I know we've talked about before, a personal role model, hero, and overall amazing Christian, Paul, the Apostle. Now, fun story about Paul. Paul started off his life as a murderer and as a person who was committed to, within the best of his ability, stamping out the Christian faith. That was what he wanted to do from day one. Now, something happened to Paul, right? He was traveling to a town called Damascus, and then all of a sudden, Paul got blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, he got blinded by Jesus because Jesus literally shows up to him, and he's like, "Yo, sup, it's me, Jesus, why are you persecuting my people?" I'm sorry, Jesus, that was the worst impersonation I've ever done of you. But anyway, he says, "Why are you doing this, Paul?" And here, inside of this moment, Paul came to several realizations very, 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 very quickly. First off, he realized that Jesus of Nazareth was a lot more than what he had originally been crediting Jesus of being. And second off, he was kind of forced to realize that he was on the wrong side of history. See, Paul had been trying to stamp out the Christian sect because he believed, from the bottom of his heart, that Christians were leading people down the wrong path, and all of these Christians were basically dragging all of these good, God-fearing Jews off to hell. Now, inside of this moment, when Paul's life changed and he realized that Jesus was a lot more than what he had originally thought, Paul goes through 180, right? Paul's life had been going this way, and then all of a sudden, in a hot flash of a second, his life was going, oh, wow, you can't bend your arm back that way. Or maybe you can if you're more flexible. Anyway, he goes through this huge life change. And the thing is that because he went through this change, he could have gone back on himself pretty easy, right? He could have said, okay, dope, Jesus did show up to me, but I could have been hallucinating, and he could have gone back to his old way of life. He could have decided to be quiet about the whole thing because he wasn't really sure what way he fell on it, one way or the other. He had a weird experience, but he wasn't really sure that it counted as a religion. No, Paul believed what happened to him, and based off of that belief, he committed the rest of his life to following Jesus. What do I mean by the rest of his life? I mean literally, he spent the rest of his years on earth on fire for Jesus. He would go around, he would be poor, destitute, hungry, constantly traveling unless he was being beaten up by crowds who didn't believe the message that he was saying. Or he was in jail. He spent a lot of time in jail. He spent the last part of his life in jail until he was decapitated by Emperor Nero, right? Paul spent a lot of time suffering for Jesus, but he chose to be committed to Jesus even though all of this hard stuff was happening to him. So he wrote a letter, consequently enough, while he was in prison, and he wrote it to a group of believers in Rome. And this is what he says. You see, at just the right time, when you were still powerless, let's try that again, except with words. You see, at just the right time, when we were still powerless, Christ died for the ungodly. Very rarely will anyone die for a righteous man, though for a good person, someone might possibly dare to die. But God demonstrates his own love to us that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Now keep in mind, yeah, I know, right? This comes up whenever I'm reading the Bible, because consequently enough, Bible Gateway doesn't have a night theme. Bible Gateway, get on it. Anyway, just imagine the power that these words are saying to these believers inside of Rome. That currently, right now, inside of their life, they're having to choose to follow Jesus even though it's not convenient. They have to choose to follow Jesus even though it's not comfortable. Now, what Paul is essentially saying here is that you should have the same commitment to following Jesus that Jesus has for you. See, Jesus came to earth and he suffered through life and died for you. And Paul's saying, look at how crazy this is, that a good person you might sacrifice yourself for a good person. You might sacrifice yourself for Abraham Lincoln. But who would sacrifice themselves to save Adolf Hitler? Who would sacrifice themselves to save just a random schlub? And Paul's saying here that that God demonstrated his love, that while we were all sinners, that we were all rebels, while we were all enemies of God, that Jesus died for us. Right? So if Jesus could show this radical commitment to you, to give up his life for people who were enemies of him, we can focus and we can be committed on following him. So, next scripture, same book. It's the book of Romans. Romans 6, 1 through 4. What shall we say then? Shall we go on sinning so that grace may increase? By no means. We are those who have died to sin. How can we live in it any longer? Or do you not know that all of you who were baptized into Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? We were therefore buried with him through baptism into death, in order that, just as Christ was raised from the dead through the glory of the Father, we too shall have new life. And Paul's again just emphasizing this point that even though it's hard, even though it's difficult, even though it causes a lot of personal sacrifice, that we should have that same commitment to following Christ. Paul's not saying that it's going to be easy, right? Being baptized into death, not only doesn't it, we are being baptized into his suffering. We are being baptized into his death. We were being brought into that moment so that through that, we can be raised to life with him again. It's not going to be easy. Paul never says that. But what he says is that it's necessary that we can transform our lives. So just a couple of examples of people inside of the past who have had this crazy, radical, life-changing commitment to follow Jesus. I think this one is one of my favorites. We'll go to it. Matthew 4:18 through 20. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting out a net into the lake, and they were fishermen. Jesus said, "Come, follow me, and I will send you out to fish for people." And at once, they left their nets and followed him. So Jesus is calling to people who have already a committed life. They were set up at their jobs, right? They were fishermen. They made a career doing that. And they knew how to fish. And Jesus said, look, leave your job. Leave everything that you are doing. And come and follow me. I cannot imagine that I would respond as good as Peter and Andrew did. If someone said, look, hey, Josh, come leave the Tractor Supply. Just a person I don't know comes into Tractor Supply and he says, hey, just leave everything and come follow me. I would say, that's dope. Cool. I'll go get your corn and put it in your car. And then I'm going to tell you goodbye and walk away, you crazy person. Right? That's just our first instinct. We wouldn't believe. We wouldn't want to. I don't know how Peter and Andrew did it. It's crazy to me that they just had that kind of faith there at that spot. And they had that commitment. That they chose to follow Jesus. Even after Jesus left, they never went back to fishing. They went and they spent their whole lives establishing the early church. Another cool example. This is, I think, one of the coolest ladies inside the Bible. I wouldn't give her the prestige of being the coolest because you have to deal with Deborah, who did lead an entire army out into battle. Or the lady who also drove the tent spike inside of a king's head. She was also pretty gnarly too. But Mary Magdalene is just like by far one of the coolest people inside of the Bible because again, she had that huge, amazing life transformation, right? So we'll be reading from Luke 24, 1 through 10. On the first day of the week, very early in the morning, the women took... Did I skip a section? This is an awkward part. More backstory before we get to that part. Sorry, humans. All right, so... I thought for sure I pulled up the verse where it talked a little bit about Mary Magdalene. But anyway, Mary Magdalene was a very committed person who followed Jesus. Part of the reason that she was super committed was that she was demon-possessed before she met Jesus, and Jesus cured her of the demon. She was also a prostitute, and Jesus believed in her enough to help her change her life around. So, in response to that, Mary Magdalene has some of the biggest and most amazing gestures of honor and respect to Jesus that we see anywhere inside of the New Testament. For example, Mary Magdalene will forever have the credit of being the person who washed Jesus' feet with her hair and tears, which sounds weird to us, but at the time would have been considered, I guess, kind of weird, but still also just super respectful. She was also the same person who went out and spent a huge amount of money buying perfume for Jesus so that she could anoint him with that perfume. And the thing is that Mary Magdalene wasn't just a committed follower of Jesus when Jesus was doing his ministry and and she was following him around while he did healings, right? After Jesus died on the cross, and almost all of his followers disbanded, ran away, tried to hide so they also didn't get hunted down and killed, Mary Magdalene was one of two ladies who went back to the grave to tend to Jesus' body. And now we go back into Luke 24, 1 through 10. On the first day of the week, very early in the morning, the women took spices that they had prepared and went to the tomb. They found that the stone had been rolled away from the tomb, though. And when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were wondering about this, suddenly two men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down with their faces to the ground, but the men said to them, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He's not here, he has risen. Remember how he told you that while he was still with you in Galilee, the Son of Man must be delivered over to the hands of sinners, be crucified, and on the third day rise again." Then they remembered his words. When they came back from the tomb, they told the other things to the 11 and all of the other believers who were with them. It was Mary Magdalene, Joanna, and Mary the mother of James, and the others who were with them who told this to the apostles. Now, the significance here is that Mary Magdalene was committed to following Jesus, and she got to have that first radical privilege of being able to tell all of the other believers that Jesus is still alive because Mary Magdalene was committed to Jesus even after it looked like he had been defeated and everything that he stood for was destroyed. Mary Magdalene, even though it looked like everything had gone pear-shaped, was still committed enough to follow Jesus. And because of that commitment, she was able to go and bring this amazing, radical good news to the other apostles. She was the first one to find out that she was among the first one to find out that Jesus had been raised from the dead. And it's not just people inside of the Bible who have this crazy, awesome, radical commitment to following Jesus. We have the privilege of being a part of a church where we are surrounded by an abundance of good examples of people whose commitment to follow Jesus leads to some amazing stories. For example, the first year that I started working here, my mother kept coming up to me with a huge laundry list of people, right? And these laundry lists of people would all be people who come in, and when they asked where I started working, she would say C3 Church, and she'd be like, "Oh, you mean the church that Pastor Greg works at?" And then she'd be like, "Yeah," and then she'd be like, "Yeah, because Pastor Greg, we know him to be this crazy, awesome man, right?" I have heard on more than one occasion about how Pastor Greg has stood by these people that other churches have abandoned, and that they stood by these people even though it wasn't convenient, even though it wasn't good, even though it wasn't comfortable. They stood by these people, and they showed them the love of Jesus when nobody else was willing or able to. And that's because of their just radical, strong, crazy commitment to follow Jesus. Now, we're going to engage in a bit of an exercise. And that exercise is I need you all to go out, find a pen, find a piece of paper. Go out, run, and grab that real quick because we're about to do something that involves a pen and a piece of paper. Go, grab it. Now, this first week, we're going to be telling you how to stretch, how to get more comfortable, how to get more swell in your faith throughout the rest of the series. But this first week, we need to start on the point of commitment. We need to start on the point of choosing to decide to follow Jesus. Because you can't go anywhere without commitment. I can never be a beautiful basis rock god without commitment to practicing to it every single day. You can never learn to speak another language unless you have the commitment to pursue that other language often enough for that to soak in, and you can learn the intricacies and the grammar and how to speak it, right? You can never be a good athlete unless you commit to doing the exercises and commit to making yourself the best pickleball player that you could possibly be. Right? So now you've hopefully grabbed a pen and a piece of paper. We're going to work on you deciding what you want your commitment to be. Right? And I'm just going to ask that you choose something to commit to. Right? Because maybe you don't feel like you're in shape at all, right? And just like a person who is just like a person like me who can't stretch at all, the first step that they need to make is to show up and do the stretches, right? They need to show up and get it done, right? So maybe your commitment, a nice, easy, basic one to start off with, is to commit to coming to a youth group, coming to this youth group, going to another youth group, choosing to constantly put yourself inside of a community of people who are going to challenge you to grow inside of your faith, right? Because it's impossible to develop into the Christian that God wants you to be isolated and by yourself. You need to be a part of a larger community. That's why we do C3 Youth. That's why we do Sunday service every Sunday. It's not because we think it's cool. It's not because we like to put on a party every week. We do it because it's supposed to foster a community where other Christians can develop alongside of other Christians and you can grow together. But you can't do that if you don't show up. So maybe that's a commitment for you. Maybe your commitment is to actually follow Jesus. Jesus calls us to do some pretty hard things. Jesus says that every single day we need to pick up our cross and follow after him. Jesus says that we need to die to ourselves to follow after him. Jesus says that there are some things that you need to give up on so that you can come and follow after me. And if you can give up on that, if you can give up of what you thought used to be good, if you can give up on what used to control you, if you can give up on these patterns of behavior that you used to follow, if you can give up on all of that, then Christ can transform your life inside of a way that you never thought he could. Maybe your commitment is that you need to work on doing your spiritual disciplines more consistently, reading the Bible every day, praying, getting comfortable, getting in the Word, letting God's Word permeate and transform your life. Maybe you need to work on loving others. Maybe you need to work on acts of service because you can't love God inside of a vacuum. You can only develop your love of God if you're also developing your love of people. And doing acts of service and being not self-centered but being focused on what other people's needs are is an excellent way to motivate you, to make you grow, and to help you turn into the person that God wants you to be. Or maybe your commitment is to ask the right questions. Because here's the thing, right? If Christianity is real, it will transform the rest of your life. But if it's not real, it will eat up the rest of your life. And you need to know for certain whether or not you're willing to give up your life to follow after Jesus. Jesus says to count the cost before following after him, right? He compares an example to somebody who's building a house. And after they get done laying the brickwork foundations to the house, they realize they don't have enough money to build the rest of the house, and they come up short, and they perpetually walk past the plot of land that they own and the partial basement, and they feel kind of like idiots. And Jesus says that you need to count the costs. You need to be ready and able to follow after him. So, as a part of that, maybe you need to start asking questions, things that you consider to be holding you back from following Jesus. Maybe doubts that you have inside of the back of your head. Maybe you can commit to asking godly Christians what they think about some of these doubts that you have, so they can help give you the reasoning for why they think the way that they do and why they follow after Jesus. Right? Choose one of these commitments. Choose one of these this week. Because if you commit to it, this has the power, this has the potential, this has the ability to transform the rest of your life. If you can commit to one of these things, it has the ability to transform the way that you are now into the person that God wants you to be. It's a powerful, it's an awesome, it's a mighty thing, but you just have to commit to doing it. So right now, on your piece of paper, write it down. After you get done writing it, fold it up, put it someplace where you can see it every single day so you can refresh yourself and you can remember. On this day, July 22nd, 2020, I decided I was going to do this, and I will do it through thick and thin. Because, again, if you choose to do this, this has the ability, this has the potential, this has the momentum to be able to make you into the kind of Christian, the kind of human that can change the world. And that is what the world desperately needs. So we're going to pray, and then we're going to go into phase 2. Okay? Dear God, thank you so much for today. Thank you so much for the technology that we have to be able to do this, that even though we can't meet in person, you can still make it so that we can still meet, God. And I ask that you do not let your word go out in vain, that you let it land on the people that you want it to land on, God, and that you let it hit the marks that you want it to hit. Dear God, help us to be committed to following after you through thick and thin, through good times and bad, God. Let us be able to follow through with our commitments so that we can develop into the kind of Christian that you want us to be. In your holy name we pray. Amen. All right, so we are going to go ahead and go to phase 2. So phase 2 goes like this. I'm going to go ahead and on my screen, I am going to pull up some Jackbox games, and we're going to do Jackbox games for about 20 minutes, and it should be fun. All of you who are here are more than welcome to join us on this particular stream. We're not going to go over to Discord to do it. We're going to do it on here because this is slightly more accessible. But if you want to go ahead inside of your comment suggestions and put down what you want to... what you would like to do next. Okay. Stop. All right. I'm putting it here for a second. So go ahead and put down inside of the comments what you would like to do for Jackbox. Scene Jackbox. Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right. I'm going dark. All right. Well, fine. I'll just shove you into a tiny little corner. All right. I don't see any suggestions for Jackbox games yet. I'm gonna make a executive decision here. We'll do Bidiots. I promise it's coming. Give me a half a second. Okay. Yay! Okay. All right. Can everybody see what's going on? All right. So for everybody who doesn't know how Jackbox works, it's super simple. All you have to do is on one screen have gross. On one screen, you just need to have what's going on inside of the. You need to have me on one screen, and you need to have another screen, and on this other screen, just go to jackboxgames.com. That isn't it. Let's try that again. Jackbox.com? Definitely don't go to that one. That's not the right one. Okay. Ugh. Da 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 da. Bidiots. And we go to Bidiots. And then we go to Jackbox TV. That explains all of it. No! Who beat me to it so soon? Fine. Meat Man and Rose. Dang it. You all crushing me today. Oh, yeah, no, trust me, Katie. I have almost every Jackbox game except for, like, the first one. And then after that, I pretty much own everything. So if you ever want to do it, just let me know, and we can. Kimberly, I'm assuming we're waiting for you, yes? That's cool. We'll chill out for a second. Katie! There you are! Dope. So while we're waiting for an important second, what if you could make any two boy bands fight on the island to survive on a season of Survivor? You could make two boy bands fight in Survivor. What two boy bands would it be? All right, I'm gonna give you guys 30 more seconds. Okay. Dope. I'm just gonna say that everybody's in. Okay, actually, no. Uh, Kimberly, I think you're gonna have to make everybody go in. Who's ever first? Who's first? Alright, so this game, you create art, and then you have to buy it strategically. I think I've only lost this game once. I say that as a challenge. Oh shoot, I need to be drawing this whole time. Well, this is awkward. Uh, oh, that's some great artwork I have constructed here. Can we get like a larger one? Yeah. That's that looks right. Maybe more of like a eh. Okay, good. We're good. We're good. How did I beat most of you? I started later. Oh, these are some good ones. Katie, One Direction versus the Beatles. Kimberly, Big Time Rush versus 5SOS. Don't know who that is. That makes me old. Jules, SY and NSYNC. That's right? NSYNC? Yes. Versus Backstreet Boys. Fine, Jules. I'll fix the volume. Give me. Sorry, Kimberly. I'll fix the volume.
In fact, you should have your first message on your device now. Remember, you can and should try to buy any drawings you suspect might be worth something. Or if you just don't want someone else to have it. Whoever has made the most profit by the end of the game wins. The first item up for bid. The bidding will begin at $400. I'm looking for $400.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Mama Large, who can give me $700? Can I get $700? Now I'd like $800. I'm looking for $800. Can I get $800? $900. Mama Large. Now I'm looking for $1,000. A small price to pay. Now I'd like to see $1,100.
I believe it is $11,000.
Who can show me $1,200? Next up is $1,200. I would like to see $1,200. $1,200.
Oh, no takers, huh?
$1,300.
Yes, that's right, Katie.
I'm looking for $1,300. Who can show me $1,300? Going once? Going twice?
Top and everybody else.
Congratulations are in order to Red for winning that auction. Let's see which artist was responsible for this artistic masterpiece.
I know none of these boy bands.
Apparently Red was fixated on buying a piece of art they drew themselves. That's a little self-involved. Unfortunately, you don't get your own money back when you buy your own piece of art, so this money is all staying with the house. Let's see how much Red can sell this piece of art for. You've more or less broken even. Unexciting. We'll just set this money aside for you, Red. Then it can be added to your tally at the end of the game. On we go. How about we start the bidding at $400?
That is actually really good.
The next bid
That
is
was
$700.
a fantastic drawing.
1,000.
Oh yeah!
Who can show me $1,100? Do I see $1,100? I would like to see.
Hey-o!
Can I get $1,300?
Oh yeah!
Show me $1,400. I would like to see $1,400. What would
Hey-o!
1,500? Can I get 1,500? I would like
Man, who
1,500.
drew that?
We are looking for
I'm super impressed.
$1,500.
I know instantaneously what that's supposed to be.
Going once. Going twice. Sold. Congratulations, Purple.
Rose! That was incredible!
Moving right along. The bidding will begin at $400. I'm looking for 400. Do I have 400?
Oh yeah!
Now I'm looking for $500.
Oh, you know I'm interested.
Do I see $500? Does anyone here have $500?
Mama likes.
Next.
Oh yeah!
Next is $700. Who here can show me $700? We are looking.
That's mine.
Hey-o!
900.
Oh yeah!
I am looking for $1,000. If you are afraid to make such a bid, then you are afraid of success. And
Hey-o!
now I would like $1,100. The next bid is $1,100.
Oh yeah!
$1,200 is what we're looking for. Do I see 1,200? Can I see 1,200? $1,200 is what we want. Going once? Going twice?
I'm scared nobody else.
Can I get
Rose!
$1,300? I'm looking for $1,300. The next bid is
Rose!
$1,300. Going once? Going twice?
Oh yeah!
$1,400. I am looking for $1,400. Who can give me?
Mama likes.
Rose!
Now I would like to see
Oh yeah!
The next
wanted too
bid
much now.
is $1,600. It won't get any better than this, people. It will only get worse. And you will feel.
Mama likes.
Do I see $1,800?
All right, Merry
Who here can
Christmas.
give
Happy
me
Hanukkah.
$1,800 is what we are looking for.
I think you won
Going
it.
once,
Actually, Rose, I
Going
think
twice?
you got it.
sold. Congratulations, Gray.
Oof.
Ooh, not good. Moving on. How about we start the bidding at $400? Do I see $400? I'm looking for $400. Do I see $400?
That's mine.
I'm looking for it.
Oh yeah!
Can I get 6?
Mama likes.
Next
Mama
up
likes.
is $800.
What is that even
Who here can
supposed
give
to
me
be?
$800? The next bid is $800.
Hey-o!
I am looking for $900.
Mama likes.
You
Mama
can show me
likes.
$1,100. Do I see $1,100? I would like to see $1,100. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Congrats, Gray.
I don't know how much my art is worth these days. Ah! Picked it up at a reasonable.
Sumptuous.
I think you're the only person who's made
Next
profit so
up.
far.
Oh, great. It's that terrible loan company.
Predatory loans.
Running low on money? Predatory loans can help. Just press the loan button on your device now and get $1,000 that you can use in auctions right away. Oh, sure, at the end of the game you'll owe back $1,500, but the future is so far away. And
It is,
remember,
it is
if you want to borrow
absolutely
money
far
between
away.
auctions,
It is
just
what,
hit the Call
5
Predatory
rounds away?
Loans button on your device.
Predatory loans when you can't borrow money from your family.
Yeah, I was right. 5 rounds.
The bidding will begin at $400. I'm looking for
Hey-o!
Do I see $700?
Oh yeah!
$1,000. Do I see?
Mama likes.
Give me $1,100.
Oh, yeah.
Can I get $1,200? I would like
It's beautiful art.
$1,200. We are now at $1,200. Going once,
Oh, it's gorgeous.
going twice. Sold.
I've never been prouder of a purchase in my
Congratulations, Orange.
life. I have never been prouder of a
Sensational.
purchase in my life.
Moving along. Now that we're halfway through, let's give everyone a reason to get angry at each other. You each have one screw. Use it to force another player to bid, assuming they still have enough money. Use it whenever you want. How about we start the bidding at $400? Do I see $400?
It's mine.
Now I'm looking for $500.
Mama likes.
Now
It's the
I
happiest
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
can I see $900?
Heyo.
Now I'd like to see 11.
It's mine.
$1,200.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Jumping on my
$1,300 such a
vote,
hefty price
Ario.
to pay for a piece of immortality? No. 1,000. All right. Well, you're screwed, Orange.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks, Kimberly, for wasting it, because I was going to
Who's
vote
got
on it anyway.
$1,400. Do I see $1,400? I'm looking for $1,400, and I would like to see $1,400.
Yeah, I would.
Going once.
Yeah,
going
that's
twice.
right. No one else wants the
Sold.
dog besides me, the weird
Congratulations,
sheepdog.
Orange.
Sheepdog's mine.
Well,
Thanks,
someone's
Kimberly.
coffers are lined.
You're helping me make a cash.
The bidding will begin at 4.
Heyo.
Next is 7.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm looking for $800. Do I?
Mama likes.
Who can?
It's mine.
Who can show me $1,200? Next up is $1,200. I would like to see $1,200. Okay, Gray, use your device to let me know who you'd like to
Yes,
screw.
Rose, who do you plan on screwing over?
Purple, you got screwed.
Heyo.
1,200. Thank you. Next up, $1,300. I'm looking for $1,300. Who here can show me $1,300? Going once? Going twice? Sold.
Jeez, Kimberly, you made bank.
Congratulations, Purple.
Ugh.
Well, look at you, all successful. Moving on. How about we start the bidding at $400? I'm looking for is $500.
Heyo.
Next up,
It's mine.
9.
Heyo.
Who can show me 1,000? I am looking
Oh, yeah.
12.
Mama likes.
Who can show me $1,400? If you're like me, you'll spend $1,400 on a good steak any day of the week. So what is it to you? All right, Orange, look down at your device and pick red. You're screwed.
It's mine.
And we have $1,400. Next up is $1,500. I'm not looking for much.
Mama likes.
Do I see $1,600? I would love to see $1,600. I am looking for $1,600.
Keep going!
Going
Why are you
once?
stopping there?
Going twice?
Katie, that's worth $1 million.
Sold. Congratulations, Gray. Well done, Moneybags. Moving along.
Dang it, Rose, you're cutting into my lead.
Wonderful. Someone called the bank.
Predatory loans. We really
Who called
hope
the
that you
bank?
don't read the fine print.
The bidding will begin at $400. Do I see $400?
It's mine.
Next is $700. Who here can show me?
Oh, yeah.
Now I'd like $800. I'm looking for $800.
It's mine.
1,000 is what I'm looking for. Who here can show me $1,000? I would like to see $1,000. Going once. Going twice.
Oh, yeah.
Now I would like $1,100. The next bid is $1,000.
It's mine.
Can I get $1,200? I would like $1,200.
Why are you determined to steal
We're
everything
now at
from me,
$1,200. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Congratulations, Red. Moving right along. Oh, come on. The bank is annoying, right?
Predatory loans. It's a horrible
someone's
deal,
racking
but
up a
you
lot
might
of
not
debt.
have a choice.
How about we start the bidding at $400?
Oh, yeah.
It's mine.
Oh, yeah.
The current bid I am
Hey-o.
$1,300.
It's mine.
Show me $1,400.
Hey-o.
The next bid
Yes,
is
Kimberly.
$1,500. I am looking for $1,500. Do I see
want it?
$1,500?
Katie, it's yours.
Going once.
Katie, you want
Going
it.
twice. Sold. Congratulations, Purple.
Katie, I told you
Well,
wanted
that
it.
was quite a windfall.
You didn't believe me, though.
Let's see how it all shook out.
Oh, it was an ink blot test. Okay.
Well, hello, fellow art lovers.
Another
Welcome to
round,
this
you
top secret
decide.
art
Fine.
auction. Usually we cater
can
to only
handle
the
that.
richest and most powerful art buyers in the world. But someone must be playing a horrible prank on me because somehow you four were invited.
Hey-o. Mama likes. Oh, yeah.
It's mine.
As a rule of thumb, if it's in a frame, stay away from it. Regardless, before we get started, we'll need some art to auction off. Oh, since you're regulars here, I'll spare you the introduction. Draw away.
I'm just afraid nobody appreciates my raw artistic ability. You know, because I put out some real painting art.
Ahem. For what it's worth, we're approximately halfway through the allotted
right.
drawing time. So if you haven't moved on to your second drawing yet, take a moment to feel ashamed and then start drawing faster. You've squandered too much time. Submit
Your face
your drawings
squandered too
now,
much
or
time.
they will be lost.
What do you do then?
You're out of time. And I see at least one piece of art didn't get submitted in time. Luckily, we have some art in the back that we can throw in. The auction must go on. Speaking of which... The first item up for bid The bidding will begin at $4.
Heyo.
Now I'm looking for $500. Do I...
Oh yeah.
How about $600? Who will give me six...
Heyo.
Next is $7.
Oh yeah.
$8.
Heyo.
$900. Can I get $900?
You really believe in this
I would
piece
like
of
to
art.
see $900.
Oh yeah.
$1,000. Do I see $1,000? I am looking for...
Mama likes.
Next up, $1,300. I'm looking for $1,300.
$1,300.
$1,400. I am looking for $1,400. Who can give me $1,400?
Mama likes.
Do you know what I would do if I had $1,500 on me right now? Medical research? No. I would bid it on this piece of artwork. Picture the faces of
special piece of art.
amazement and respect on your loved ones or pets' faces when you bring home this piece of
Yes.
artwork for $1,500.
Good art.
Going once?
Katie, you should buy it.
Going twice?
Katie.
Sold!
You have the
Congratulations,
money,
Gray. You won that auction. Let's reveal the
You could have won
artist
all
behind
of
this
this money.
inspiring piece of art. All right, Orange. Half of this money goes to the house, and the other
Yes,
half goes
sweet,
to you.
Sweet cash.
That's a nice little sum, isn't it? But more importantly, let's see how much Gray can sell this piece of art for. A bit of a draw financially. We'll set this money
Thank you,
aside
Rose.
for you,
I needed
Gray.
your 700.
We will add it to your tally at the end of the game.
I
Next up,
appreciate it.
how about we start the bidding at...
Heyo.
I am looking for is $500. Do I see five?
It's mine.
Is it
Now
Battleship?
we're looking for $600. Do I see six?
Oh yeah.
The next bid
might say
is
Battleship.
$700. What I am looking for, and I suspect I...
It's mine.
Can I see $900?
Mama likes. Mama likes.
$1,200 is what we're looking for. Do I see $1,200? Can I see $1,200? $1,200 is what we want. Going once? Going twice?
Oh yeah.
Now I would like to...
Mama likes.
Next up is $1,500. I'm not looking for much. All I'm really looking for is someone willing to give me $1,500 for this piece of artwork. So find the strength in your spindly arms to raise that paddle and show me $1,500. Going once? Going twice?
Oh yeah.
The next bid will be $1,600.
Mama likes. Mama
We've
likes.
made it to $1,700. I would love to see $1,700. So who here can show me $1,700? Going once? Going twice?
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for $1,800. Can I see $1,800? I would love to see $1,800. Going once? Going twice? Sold. Congratulations, Orange. Winner
could've been
in the
worse.
house. On we go. The bidding will begin at $400.
Heyo.
Next up is six.
It's mine.
Not.
Heyo.
Who can show me $1,100? Do I see $1,100?
It's mine.
Heyo.
I don't know.
Show me $1,300. Surely.
Mama likes. Heyo.
Now we're at $1,500. I am looking for $1,500. Who would like to show me $1,500? Going once?
Mama likes.
Show
Mama
me.
likes. Heyo.
I now want to see
Fight,
$1,800.
fight, fight,
Do you
fight,
feel
fight,
the excitement in
fight.
the air? That scent of possibility
Rose,
in
you
the
won
wind?
it.
That is because
Rose,
the
you
bid
won
is
it.
$1,800. And I would like to find out who among you is willing to show me $1,800.
Rose, come on.
Going once?
Katie, you want
Going
it?
twice?
Come on, Katie.
Sold. Congratulations, Purple. Well done. Don't spend it all in one place. Moving on.
Oops.
Red, come on, buddy. Get in there. Buy something.
Yeah,
How about we
Red.
start the bidding at $400?
Katie.
Do I see?
It's mine.
Do
Mama Larks.
who can show me 1,000? I am looking for.
Heyo.
Now I'd like to see 1,100. Can I?
It's mine.
Mama Larks.
1,500. Can I get 1,500? I would like 1,500. We are looking for $1,500. Going once. Going twice.
Oh yeah.
We are now looking.
Mama Larks.
Currently, we are looking for $1,700. And I would tell you more about how the bid is $1,700, but I'm not sure that you're up to the challenge of such a bid. I'm not sure if it's your thing. So I won't go on any further about how the bid is $1,700.
That's good. I'm glad you didn't go on any further.
Going once? Going twice?
Oh yeah.
I am looking for $1,800, and I am just so crazy that I think I'm going to see it. When you offer me $1,800, you won't own this piece of artwork for a week, not for a month. You'll own it forever if you make the offer of $1,800. Going once? Going twice? Sold! Congratulations, Orange.
Yes!
Get a load of you and all your success. Moving right along. Oh, look, it's that dodgy loan company.
Predatory loans.
Running low on money? Predatory loans can help. Just press the loan button on your device now and get $1,000 that you can use in auctions right away. Oh, sure, at the end of the game, you will owe back $1,500. But don't think about that now. And remember, if you want to borrow money between auctions, just hit the Call Predatory Loans button on your device.
Predatory loans. Don't be scared, it's only your future.
The bidding will begin at $400.
Is that James Dean?
Heyo.
How about $600? Who will give me $600?
It's mine.
Heyo.
Do I see $900? One of you can feel this.
It's mine.
Can I get
Yeah, Katie, that's all yours.
$1,200?
Heyo.
Can I get
If it's James Dean, it's worth a lot.
$1,300? I'm looking for $1,300.
It's mine.
Who's got $1,400? Do I see $1,400?
if it's James
I'm
Dean,
looking for
it's easily worth,
$1,400,
like,
and I would like to see
$20,000.
$1,400. Going once? Going twice?
Yeah. If it's James Dean, you're set.
Sold. Congratulations, Red.
Oh!
Ooh, money, money, money. Moving on.
I don't know what that was.
We're halfway through. Let's make this game a little less friendly. You each have one screw. Use it to force another player to bid, assuming they still have enough money. Use it wisely. Or don't. I'm not going to tell you how to or not to screw.
I appreciate that.
How about we start the bidding?
Heyo.
Now we're looking for $600.
It's mine.
Now I'm looking for $800.
Heyo.
$900. Who here can show me $900?
It's mine.
1,000 is what.
Heyo.
Who can show me $1,100? Do I see $1,100? I would like to see $1,100. Going once? Going.
Mama Larks.
Who can show me 1,000? All right, Perp. You can't screw someone who can't afford it. Consider your screw wasted.
You tried to, Kimberly. You
$1,200
tried.
is what we're looking for. Do I see 1,200? Can I see 1,200? $1,200 is what we want. Going once? Going twice? Sold! Congrats, Gray. Oh, great. One of you called the bank.
Predatory loans. We're very rich, but we don't sleep well at night.
The bidding will begin at...
Heyo.
Now I'm looking for $500.
It's mine.
Now I'd like $800.
You need to keep track of Mean Meatloaf on this one. They know the
Can
actual
I see
value.
$900? Who here can show me $900?
Mama likes.
It's mine.
Is $1,300 such a hefty price to pay for a piece of immortality?
Heyo.
$1,400.
Mama likes.
The
Mama
next
likes.
bid is $1,500. I am looking for...
Heyo.
We are looking for $1,600. What do I want? $1,600. When do I want it? Whenever one of you steps up and offers $1,600 for this piece of artwork. Okay, Gray, use your device.
Gross.
Red, you got screwed.
It's mine.
I see $1,600. Up next is $1,700.
Heyo.
$1,800.
I don't know, you can still keep going up.
$1,800. I am looking for $1,800. Going once. Going twice. All right, Orange, look down at your device. Oh, Red, you got screwed.
It's mine.
$1,800
Katie, I believe in this.
on the table.
This is a good
Give
investment.
me
I'm hoping you invest.
$1,900. I would like $1,900.
Heyo.
How about
Katie, gotta keep chasing it.
$2,000? Who here can show me $2,000?
It's mine.
Yeah,
I am
Katie.
looking for $2,100. $2,100 is the perfect amount.
Heyo.
I'm now looking for $2,200.
But you got this, Katie.
Do
You got
I
this.
see
Don't let her win. Don't let her win.
$2,200? Can I get $2,200?
It's mine.
Yeah.
$2,300. The next bid is $2,300.
Heyo.
We have arrived
Yes,
at
keep going.
$2,400.
This is delightful.
The next bid is $2,400.
It's mine.
I
Keep fighting,
need
keep fighting. Oh, this is good, this is good.
$2,500. Can I see $2,500? Who here can show me $2,500? Going once? Going twice? Sold. Congratulations, Red.
Congratulations, Katie.
I believe the saying is yikes. Next up. How about we start the bidding at $400? Do I see $400? I'm looking for $400.
Heyo.
I'm looking for is $5.
Mama likes.
Next up is $600. Do I see $600? Will someone show me $600?
600, come
Going
on.
once. Going twice.
You want it.
Sold. Congratulations, Gray. On we go. The bidding will begin at $400.
Is that
I am
George
looking
Foreman
for
and his very own grill?
$400.
It's mine.
Now I'm looking for $500.
Okay, which one of these is
Do I
James
see
Dean?
$500?
Is that
Does
James
anyone
Dean?
here have $500?
Mama likes.
The next bid will be $600. We are now looking for $600.
That must be
Is
James
there
Dean.
anyone in this room of a certain strength of character who is willing to offer $600?
I mean,
for
I
this
get it,
piece
but I don't have
before
any
us?
money left.
Going once, going twice. Sold. Congrats, Gray.
Whoa!
Look at all that fake money you earned. Moving along.
Jeez.
Splendid, the bank.
Predatory loans. Have you seen the opera Faust? Never mind, we never brought it up.
I think I lost.
How about
Heyo.
next is $700? Who here can show me?
It's mine.
Now I'm looking for
Heyo.
$1,300. I'm looking for $1,300. Who can show me?
It's mine.
Show me $1,400. I would like to see.
Mama likes. Heyo.
Do I see $1,800? Who here can give me $1,800? $1,800 is what we are looking for. Going once? Going twice? Sold. Congratulations, Purple.
Man, I could have used that money earlier.
Well, look who hit the jackpot. Let's see how you all performed.
Oh, the 1950s. That's what that was. Rose, you scare me. Oh, Rose! I was a waffle maker. Dang it, Rose! Ugh, Rose. None of those were James Dean. Yes! Oh! Alright, on that note, folks, this has been the stream. Thank you for watching. Hopefully see you in person next week.